Hey there, homeschool reading community. Welcome to this Facebook Live video about raising readers who love books. I am so excited to be here with you today to talk about this topic because I know that it's one of the biggest challenges that we have as homeschool parents and really one of the most important things that we can do. So often, our kids start the process of learning to read really loving books and loving being read to. And somehow, throughout that process of learning to read, reading becomes a chore and it becomes something that our kids don't like doing, or that becomes just so frustrating for them that they get turned off to the process of reading. And by the time they really become fluent readers for themselves, they become somebody who does not like to read. And so today I want to talk about how we can help to prevent that, or if it's already happened, how we can bring our kids back. And I want to share some strategies today that you can use to really encourage your kids to love books and love reading. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and we're going to talk about raising readers who love books. And I think that this is just really such an important topic, so I'm super excited to dive in. So I think I want to share two strategies today that you can use that will really help in either keeping or increasing that love of books and love of learning for your child. And the first one that I want to share works well for kids of all ages, but is especially good for younger kids who aren't readers yet. And then I also want to share a strategy that's more for older kids who are readers. Okay, so if you have a younger kid who isn't a reader, or also an older kid, the strategy that we're going to use that has been scientifically shown to help kids to increase their interest in books and in reading is to read together to your child often. The research says that if you provide a steady stream of new age-appropriate books for your child, that you can triple their interest in reading within months. So I want to break the stat down just a little bit and talk about what that means. A steady stream of new age-appropriate books. So I think there's really three keys here to making this work out for our kids. And the first one is that we want to make sure that we're letting our kids choose the books or the topic of the books as much as possible. So when you are going to read out loud to your child and you're going to spend some time reading together, you want to make sure that the book is something that your child is really interested in. So if your child is fascinated by a certain topic, then go to the library, get a whole bunch of books about that topic, and use those as your read aloud. This is not the opportunity to try to find something that fits in with your homeschool subject, or to find something that you liked when you were a child, or to find the thing that you think your child should like, or to only let them read fiction books or only nonfiction but never graphic novels, or like whatever, any of those preconceived notions that we might bring to this process. This is not the time for any of that. Instead, we want to make sure that our kids have the opportunity to choose the books that we are reading to them. That's super, super, super important. Another thing that's really important is to make sure, especially if you have younger kids, that you're giving them a job to do while they're reading. So any of those interactive books for younger kids are really great. So flat books where they can open the flaps, or those touch and feel books for babies where they have the different textures in there that they can feel. Those are really good. Any of those books for younger kids that give directions. So Don't Push the Button is an example, but there's lots of them where they have like push the button or flip the book upside down, or any of those kind of activities that kids have to do as they're reading. The goal here is not really to be exposing our kids to the great works of literature. We're just trying to help them have a positive experience. So anything that encourages them to interact with the book and to play a part is great. If your child's a little bit older, or if they're too old for those books, then you can give them the job of turning the pages. So your child is the one that's holding the book, your child is the one that's turning the pages, and you're the one that's reading. So that can be a really good division of labor, and being able to hold the book and turn the pages is a skill that your child is eventually going to need as a reader. So it's one that they can start practicing now. If they can't separate the pages, then you can separate the page and then have them turn it. So giving them a job is really important. And then another thing that can be really helpful is to make reading a part of your child's routine. So you want to find a consistent time every day during the day when you can read with your child. All right, find a consistent time during your day, every day, when you can read to your child. And sometimes you can play the routine a little bit to really make this more motivating for your child. So, this is something that we do in our house. And what we do is reading time is a special privilege that my kids get to stay up late past their bedtime for. So here's how it works. Bedtime is at 8 o'clock at our house, but my son, who is a reader, gets to stay up until 8:30, and from 8 to 8:30, he gets to read. So really his bedtime is 8:30, right? But we've created this scenario where the 8 to 8:30 time is actually just reading time. And the rules are that he has to stay in his bed and he has to read during that time. So he gets a big stack of books and he sits there and he reads through them. And we do this every night. And he feels really great about it because he feels like he is earning a special privilege because he's a reader, that he gets to stay up late and he gets to have this extra special time where he stays up, and his daughter, who is not yet a reader, cannot do that. And so it's turning reading into this reward. And his alternative, if he didn't want to read, would be to go to sleep. And so I think probably most kids are going to choose reading over having to go to bed. So that might be just one way to sort of play the system a little bit and to make reading something really fun and a special reward for your child. But if you can organize your routine, your schedule in some way that your child gets consistent reading time every day, that's super important. That's the steady stream of books from the staff that we were talking about. And you want to try to make sure that that time that they have is something that they'll look forward to and something that they'll enjoy. Another strategy that I wanted to share is one that's more for older kids. And this strategy is reading side by side. And this is one of my absolute favorite strategies for raising kids who love books and who love reading, because it's a really great way to combine all of the things that your child loves about being read to with the process of them actually reading out loud to you as well. So I have a book here so that I can show you what I mean by this. I just grabbed one off of our shelf, and this time I happened to grab Brown Bear, What Do You See?, which is one of my all-time favorite books and actually works really well for this, or can work really well for this, depending on the age of your child. So what you're going to do is you and your child are going to divide up the pages. So one of you is going to be responsible for all of the left-hand pages, and the other one is going to be responsible for all the right-hand pages. So in this example, if I had a really young child, I might have them be responsible for the left-hand pages, and I would be responsible for the right-hand pages. So your child is going to read all of the text that happens on the left-hand page, and then they're going to stop reading, and it's going to be your turn to read all the text that happens on the right-hand page. Then you'll turn the page and you'll keep going. So basically, you're just taking turns reading pages. And this strategy works really well, I think, because it gives kids an opportunity to read, but then it also gives them an opportunity for a break. Because I think one of the things that can be a really big struggle, especially about reading out loud, is that kids feel like it's just this arduous chore, it's so difficult, and they're never sure when it's going to end. But with this side-by-side reading strategy, your child can see exactly what it is that they're going to be reading, and they can also see exactly when that's going to end and when they're going to get a break where they can just sit and listen and enjoy part of the story before it's their turn again. And then you will repeat the process on the next page. And so this is a really great way to motivate your child with all of those breaks in there where they get to sit and listen to you read, and to help break up the process of reading to make it a little bit less work for your child, but still give them that experience with reading out loud. So those are my two favorite strategies, providing a continuous stream of age-appropriate books and reading side by side with your kids. I also wanted to share something really exciting that I have coming up for you, and it is Raising Readers Together. So this is a free event that I created to help you go deep into this process of raising kids who love books and who love reading. This is something that I'm super passionate about. I think that so often we start the process of teaching our kids to read with kids who love books and who love reading and who are so excited to be read out loud to. And then by the time we finish the process of teaching our kids to read, they also inadvertently have learned that reading is difficult and that it's boring and that it's a chore. And so we may have taught our kids to be fluent readers, but they also are no longer somebody who wants to pick up a book and read it. And I think that as homeschool parents, we really need to do better, and we need to make sure that our kids end that process of learning to read not only as fluent readers, but also as adults who love books and who want to read for fun and for pleasure and for learning. And so in this event, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking, going in deep and talking about all the strategies and techniques to help you not only teach your child to read, but also inspire them to love reading for a lifetime. So I'm super excited about this event. It is a $27 value, and I am giving free tickets to anybody that is in this Facebook group. So in the description of the video, if you scroll up or down to the description and you click on the link there, there is a link there to get your ticket for the event for free. You can also use the coupon code TOGETHER, which is embedded in the link. But if for some reason it doesn't work, you can type in the coupon code TOGETHER, and that will get you access for free to this event. The event is going to be happening inside this Facebook group. So all of the classes and events that I'm going to tell you about in just a second are all going to be taking place right here. So that's great news because you don't have to go anywhere, but you are going to want to go and sign up for your ticket. Because if you are already on my email list and you have not signed up for your ticket, then I'm going to be sending you a whole bunch of emails that basically say, like, join the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. And once you sign up for your ticket, I will know not to bother you with all that stuff because you're already in there. So that'll be really helpful in terms of like managing your inbox over the next couple of weeks. Plus, I have a bunch of surprises for people that sign up for a ticket and are on the email list that you will not get access to in the Facebook group. So you need to be both places. You need to have your ticket through the email, and you need to be here in the Facebook group. If you're not on the email list yet, I'm also going to send you a whole bunch of bonus freebies when you sign up. So you're going to want to do that either way. So the link is in the description of the video. I want to show you really quick what's going to be happening during the event, and then I'll show you how you can go about getting the ticket by clicking on that link. So I'm going to share my screen really quick so that you can see. Let's see here. So that you can see what's going to be happening. There we go. All right, so we're going to be having 3 live classes here in the Facebook group during the week of November the 14th. And if you're watching and you're excited about this, please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching the replay and you're excited about this, please let me know too. Okay, so we're going to be having 3 live classes that are going to be here in the group the week of November the 14th. We're going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights at 8:30 Eastern. I'm going to be here live, and I'm going to be teaching on these 3 topics. So day 1, we're going to be talking about one simple shift to make learning to read fun. I was working on this class this morning, and I am so excited to share this information with you because this is something that I have not heard anybody else talk about in the context of homeschooling or teaching kids how to read, but it's something that is so powerful. And this is a change that has happened in my life that has really had a profound impact both on my homeschool, on the way that I teach my kids, and just also for me personally. And I'm so excited to share this with you. So that's going to be happening on Monday, November 14th at 8:30 Eastern. You're definitely going to want to be here for that one. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how to set your child up for success in reading. This is going to be a great class as well, because I think that although it's really important to teach our kids the right strategies and the right things, there are also some factors that are outside of our kids' control that can be impacting them success or failure in reading. And so this is something that I think is going to be really super powerful, and it's going to help us to really set our kids up for success. So we're going to talk about all the ways that you can do that and all the ways that you can eliminate frustration and discouragement and overwhelm for your kids. A lot of times you can prevent it before it even starts. And so I'm going to share some strategies for how I've done that with my kids and how you can do that with your kids on Wednesday night. And then on Friday night, we're going to be talking about my biggest secret for raising kids who want to read. So if you enjoyed what you heard today, we're going to dive super deep into this topic on Friday night. I have a lot more strategies where this came from, and I'm going to be sharing those with you on Friday. So I'm super excited to share that with you. We're also going to be having some bonus classes throughout the week that week. We're going to be doing two different Q&A parties. So those are going to be on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8:30 Eastern. So there's something at 8:30 Eastern every night that week. Tuesday and Thursdays are going to be the Q&A parties. So there will be a form where you can ask your question. You can ask about reading. You can ask about homeschooling. You can ask about the Reading Better Together curriculum, anything that you want to know. And I will answer all the questions on those 2 nights. So I'm super excited to do those. I've done those parties before and they've been a lot of fun. We've had some really great questions and gone super deep on all sorts of topics. So if you feel like your child is just stuck on something, this is a great time to bring your question and get some advice, get a different perspective, and hopefully get unstuck. And then we're also going to be doing 2 Learn to Read activity workshops. And I think of all the things in the event this week, in Raising Readers Together, this is what I am most excited about. I cannot wait for these. So these are going to be on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to be actually creating a hands-on activity that you can use to teach your child to read and then teaching it to them all in the workshop together as a group. So we're going to be in the Facebook group. We're going to, for the first part of the workshop, we're going to be making the activity. So there will be activities provided for your child to do, like a video to watch or printables or things that they can do during that time to give you the time and space to be able to create and plan the activity for your child. And I'll have all the printables and all the things that you'll need to do it. And we'll work together. We'll be in the Facebook room together. We'll turn our cameras off. We'll get to work. And then we will actually use the second part of the workshop to teach this activity to our kids. So you'll know exactly what you need to do. And then we'll have a few minutes where we'll actually do that together at the same time. And then at the end of the workshop, we'll come back together and see how it went and answer questions. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are somebody that has a giant Pinterest board full of homeschool activities that you've always wanted to do with your child and it's just sitting there collecting dust, then these workshops are designed for you, because this is going to be a chance to actually do one of the activities and to get it all done in the hour. And then you'll have something at the end of that workshop that you can use again with your child throughout the month to continue to teach them how to read. So I'm so stoked about those. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. So that's what's going to be happening. Everything is going to be happening here in the Facebook group, but you need to go sign up for a ticket. So I want to show you really quick how to do that. When you click on the link in the description of the video, you're going to get taken to this page that says, join me at Raising Readers Together. And it's got all sorts of more information about what's going to be happening at the event that you are welcome to read through if you would like. And then down at the bottom, it says, instant access is waiting for you. And here's your coupon code. It says together. If it doesn't copy together into the box, you can just type together right there. And then this is where you're going to enter in your name and your email address. And you're going to click the big green button that says complete your order. So if you have payment information showing up down here, make sure you have together typed in the box up here. And then once you click complete your order, there is going to be that very first, I said there was going to be surprises for the email list. The first one is coming up right after you click the button, because it's going to redirect you to a page that's going to give you a couple of things to do. It's going to tell you to join the Facebook group, which you're already in. So you've done that step, woohoo. And then it's going to give you a welcome packet that you can download. That is some of the pages of what we were looking through in this class today. It's going to have all of the information about what's coming so that you can mark your calendar and get everything on the schedule. And then right here, it says share and unlock a bonus gift. And if you click on this button, I have something extra fun for you. You can get a copy of the Thanksgiving activity kit by sharing a post on Facebook. So all of that is available for you right inside the group here. You're just going to click on the link in the description of the video to join the Raising Readers Together classes, and you'll fill out that little name and email down there, and you'll get your ticket. So definitely make sure that you do that. Even though you're already in the group, you are going to want a ticket because there are extra bonuses coming just for people that have the tickets that are on the email list, and you will miss out on those extra bonuses if you do not have a ticket. So make sure that you go and do that. It takes like 30 seconds, and then you'll be all set and you'll have your ticket and you'll be ready to go. So I'm super excited about Raising Readers Together. It's coming up November 14th through the 18th. Be on the lookout for the events in the group to RSVP, and I'm super excited to share these topics with you. This is going to be so much fun. If you were at the Fall Reading Festival in the fall, let us know in the comments. That one was a lot of fun too, and we got some really great feedback about that, so I knew I had to do an event again, and I'm super excited about this one. It's going to be 3 brand new classes, lots of Q&A and those workshops that I'm really excited about, and just a really great time to get some encouragement, get some support, and get some strategies to really be successful in teaching your child how to read and in inspiring them to love books. So I hope this was helpful today, and I'm looking forward to joining you again next Wednesday. I'll be back at 3. I think we're going to be talking about siblings next week, and we're going to be talking about what to do if you have more than one child at home and you really need some time to just concentrate on teaching reading with the one. What do you do with the rest? And so we're going to be talking about some of those crowd control issues and just what to do if you have a sibling at your house. So I will put an event for that probably later tonight, and hopefully you can join us again next week. Feel free to leave your questions and your comments in the chat, and I'll be back throughout the week to answer those. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thanks, guys. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this video, which was recorded live in the Homeschool Reading Community Group. This is a free Facebook group where I share tips and advice about homeschooling and teaching reading. You'll also find community with other homeschool moms like you, plus freebies, giveaways, parties, and more. I would love for you to join us over at the Homeschool Reading Community. Make sure that you check out the link in the description of this video for all the details.